Right, hello people. I'm going to do a blog thing, whatever you call them. My first session on Daughters Lake. It's January the 4th and yeah, I'm well excited, to be fair. The lake's actually opening tomorrow, so to the public, so I thought I'd have a quick go and chance my arm on my first overnighter of 2018. So kind of hoping something might happen for me. I'll show you where I'm going to put my 3 rods. One, if I point just in front of that variegated bush up there, and I'm going to have one just underneath that willow that we cut down, and I'm also going to have one on that far margin over there. So I'm going to ignore the deeper water for the time being, just to see what happens. The reason I'm targeting the variegated bush is because we've seen fish around there. The reason I'm targeting that is because when we netted and drained the lake down, there was a decent feeding spot there already, and we've seen fish patrolling over on that far margin. So I'll have a pop up over there, bottom bait over there, and a bottom bait over there. So hopefully something will happen, but I've got to get my rods in now before it gets dark. So hopefully I'll have some news later. Right, okay, all 3 rods out. Hopefully might get something, but who knows. It's blowing a bleeding storm out there, so what I've decided to do, spend the night in the chalet on Daughters, saves me bivvy getting blown away. Seen a few fish topping near my spot, so, and it's early days. I had to rush out and get my baits out because it's a little bit dark. It's getting a little bit dark, so I wanted to get that done, and hopefully if I catch something, I'll show you the rigs. Right, so these are my bait tubs. Right, first one, just 14mm boilies, tiger nut and maple, and soak them in a little bit of tiger nut juice or syrup, so they're very sticky and they smell gorgeous. And I'm putting over each bait, I'm putting a little bit of this. Basically all it is mixed size pellet, all that wind's blowing, a bit of sweet corn, some hemp, and a few of the boilies. Where are we? A few of the boilies. So we're just crushing up a few of them. Beautiful. And we're putting about that much over each one. Bearing in mind it's January the bleeding 4th and it's cold, so we don't want to put too much in. But because no one's fished this lake since we put the new fish in, we don't really know how they're going to respond to the bait. So kind of hoping the pellets will draw them in a bit, because that's what they've been brought up on. But we'll have to wait and see. Right, so we're all out, ready to go. It's getting quite dark now, and the wind's still blowing, so I'm quite glad that I left my bivvy at home and chose to spend the night in here. Got the 3 baits on the spots that I wanted to, so can't really do any more than that. Still seen a few fish showing, but in and around the areas, so that's good news. I just hope something's going to happen tonight for me. Be nice to get off to a good start in 2018. So what I'm going to do, if I can do it, I mean, I'm not very good with videos and stuff like that, is start doing a blog once a week, because that's what I mainly do, is 1 overnighter a week. Probably try and get Ben on there as well, because Ben tends to fish with us once a week. We're going to concentrate on daughters up until March, and then in March we're going to concentrate on snipe. But it's exciting times fishing daughters, what with the new stock that we've put in. You can see that it's getting dark because the picture keeps going a bit funny. Yeah, so me and Ben always do one night a week, and we're going to concentrate, like I say, on daughters. It's just that he's not with me tonight because he's gone to his syndicate, because it's Thursday night. We usually do Tuesdays, but this week just so happened that I couldn't do that, so I'm on my own tonight, which is Thursday, and next week we'll probably do Tuesday night, and we'll be fishing together, so I won't have to talk to you so much because I'll have him to talk to. But I'm going to drink my tea and see you in a bit. While I'm sitting here in the dark on my own talking to you, you might not even be interested in listening to it. I'll soon find out. I'll go through what we've done this winter on Daughters Lake. Basically what we did is we netted it, we drained a lot of water out, then we netted it, sectioned it off so it was easier, netted it in sections, all the silvers, every species apart from carp, we removed and distributed around the fishery. We also, obviously you're probably aware, we introduced 35 new fish from Beaver Fisheries, which are pucker fish. Yeah, once we did all that, we cut back all the margins, cut back over the overhanging trees, we cut back all the brambles around the margins, took out all the snags from the water. So basically we've reduced the biomass in the lake, which will enable, fingers crossed, the fish that are in here, the carp, and they're all commons, mirrors, ghosties and grasses, that will enable them to get on the feed a little bit more without all the competition, and should really result in more fish being banked and healthier fish as well. What we've also done is, in the past, Daughters Lake is one long wood chipped bank that you fish from. What we've done is we've changed it up a little bit and put designated swims with sleepers, all numbered. So basically now you've got 7 swims on this lake, which is going to result in more fish being banked, hopefully, because there'll be less people on it, more catches. That's the plan anyway. We've also put some white marker posts along the far margins, just to enable each angler in each swim to know where their fishable water is. So hopefully that will work out this year as well, save a lot of arguments. So it's all exciting times really. Yeah, just hope I'll get off to a winning start. So my bite alarms are silent at the moment, but it is January the 4th and the water's very cold. We'll see. Well, that's a bit of good news. I had one already, and it's I had it about 5:45, so yeah, lovely mirror, one of the new stockies. Come absolutely buzzing. Couldn't have asked for more. I had it on the spot to my left, just underneath the cut willow. So I'm absolutely made up with that, and it's early days yet, so fantastic. I'll show you a picture of it, and happy days. I've got some videos, so I might use that as well, so let's hope there's a few more to come. Sweet, got to go and wash my hands now because they're a little bit sticky. See you in a bit. Look at that, thank you very much. First fish of the new year, January the 4th. Thank you very, very much. Alright guys and girls, it's just gone 7:30 I think. Just had another one. This time I had it on the white pop-up, on the variegated bush, and we saw fish mooching about there when I arrived, so that's good news. Cast that one back out with a little mouthful sized bag of pellets on it, so hopefully we might get a bit more interest on that one. So that's 2 fish on 2 different baits, 2 different spots, so I'm well happy with that. I'll stick the video up if I can cut it and edit it or whatever you do with it. So and it's still only, like I say, I suppose it's about 7:30 now, so I'll stick the football on the radio and have a little listen to that and see what happens. Absolutely beautiful, look at that, made up for that. It's another cracker. There we go, it's 7:30, so very happy with that so far. Sweet, thank you mate. Happy days. Right, back again. It's just gone 11:30 and I've had another mirror. I've had to put that in the retainer though for a little while because I'm absolutely soaked through. It actually came down in a bit of a rainstorm, so yeah, it was a bit of a trauma, hence the old bar on it. It's a bit of a mess, but another white pop-up gone just underneath the tree, so I'm going to try and get a little bit warm, dry off, and have a quick cup of tea, and then try and do some photos if the rain stops. So happy days. Fish number 3. This one's been in a retainer, so he might not be happy. There you go, look. Fish number 3. And it's not even the 5th of January yet. It's just before 12 o'clock. So that is happy days. We'll get one on the other side if we can before we slip him back. He's got a distinctive red scar, if you like, on one side. There you go, look. What a lovely fish. Fish number 3. Happy days. Couldn't have wished for a better start to the year. Superb. Oh, thank you my darling. Let's get you back. Right, well I'm back in the shop now. Nothing else happened after that last fish at about 11:30 last night, so but when I got back I realised that I didn't show you any of my rigs, so I'll just quickly go through the rigs I used last night and the 2 that I caught the fish on. So have a look at these and see what you think. Right, so basically what we've got is the main line and then flying back lead with a little bead, and the little bead meets the sink tubing. There's tungsten sink tubing, probably got about 18 inches of that, and that goes down to my lead. Standard lead clip setup, quick link, because I always tie my rigs with a loop on it so I can change them over. So there's a bit of a quick link there attached to the main line, little rubber coming off there, just to kick the bait out a little bit more, and then I've got my braid running down, and I've got a fox bead there. Basically that works exactly the same as a split shot, to keep the bait down on the deck, and then I don't know, I suppose that's about 1 inch, I suppose, and then we've got my hook, no silicone on the eye end, but I've got a tiny little piece of silicone there, and that enables me to move the bait in the position I want, and then white milky toffee pop up, and that is it. And that caught me 2 fish last night. Happy days. Right, so this is my bottom bait rig, same setup pretty much as the pop-up rig. Flying back lead, bead, about 18 inches of tungsten, sink tube, and then again another bog standard lead clip setup with a quick link again attached to the main line, a little bit of rubber there, and then we've got about 6 inches of braid, and on this hook, this is the first time, because I usually just don't use shrink tube at all, but so I thought I'd try this. It's a straight shank hook. I usually use the curved shank hooks, but the straight shank hook, what I've done is I've put a little bit of shrink tube in there just to aggravate the curve, and then I've put some shrink tube just on the hook there. It bends round to the point. That's a bottom bait rig, 14mm, and that's a size 6 hook, so quite a decent gap between the hook and the boilie, but it seemed to do the job for me last night, so I'm not going to change a winning formula at the moment. I'll see how I'll get on next week with it. Hopefully I'll carry on catching, but if I don't, I'll probably have to revert back to my old rigs, but I'll show you that on the day anyway. So basically that's it. So they're the two rigs that I caught fish on last night. Happy days.